Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Pipes, Tattoos, and Conversations. I'm Tattooed Piper. Today, I have a first-time smoke/review video for you guys and a conversation. Let's get in this video. All right, so for the first time ever, I am going to smoke some Cowboy coffee. Now, all of you guys know that I had a problem with Virginias for a while, but since I found these 9mm filters and 6mm filters, thank you again, Eddie Gray, for that. I have actually been able to smoke Virginias again. So it's opened up a whole new world of possibilities for me, including Cowboy coffee. Now, this is Virginia and Kentucky. It's from the country Squire. And everybody raves about how good it is. So I decided to give it a try. Now, I'm going to get the jar note for you. And instantly, right off the bat, I get what I smell is like the raisins of the Virginias. And I also get that bready, yeasty quality. And there's a little bit of a tea smell in here too. Not a sweet tea, but like just a straight Lipton iced tea kind of a smell. But alongside that, those Kentuckys bring out an earthiness, kind of a smoky nuttiness. And I'm also getting like a slight chocolate and kind of cherry smell to this in the background. It's definitely a very pleasant smell, very sweet, very earthy, a little smoky, not too bad, but still just pretty darn good. Now, I've got my Morgan Bones, I don't know what you would call this. It was like a volcano-style pipe, but I cut the top off and sanded it down a little bit to make it shorter. And I changed out the bit to a 9mm filtered bit. I have pretty much swapped all of my pipes or modified all of my pipes over to accept 9mm or 6mm filters. So this is actually the first time I'm going to smoke this pipe, and I'm going to smoke it with this Cowboy coffee. So new tobacco, new pipe goofing, if you guys are fans of Reno 911. And yeah, let's get these tasting notes for you on this Cowboy coffee, and then we'll get into our conversation because it's kind of an interesting one today. I think you guys are going to like it. Right off the char light, I get this like walnutty flavor. And this smoky quality along with this like dried grass flavor. It definitely feels cowboyish, as if you're on the ranch in the summertime or early fall and the grass is still brown. It hasn't turned or hasn't gotten enough water to get green yet. Maybe you can smell the hay that has just been freshly been cut down, but it's not really a hay smell. It's more of a grass smell. And you're sitting around a campfire just hanging out after a long, hard day of work. right, True Light. You know, I can see why they call it Cowboy Coffee, just off the start. There's a slight little leathery kind of flavor hanging out in there, and kind of like a coffee bean flavor, like if you had just chewed on a fresh coffee bean. That's kind of in there too. It's definitely very musky or musty, very earthy, smoky, grassy. Off in the back, or up in the wispies as I like to call it, the high notes, there's a little bit of a pruny, raisiny taste, but it's not anywhere near as pronounced as it is in the tin note. The more I smoke this, the more I'm getting this cowboy feel. Like there's a little bit of a felt hat smell kind of note that's lingering in there too. Like you'd get off an old Stetson or an old Bailey's that has been kind of worn in and broken in. That's definitely kind of the vibe that you're going for, or that you're getting here. Sorry, the heater's about to start again. Seems like I'm always constantly apologizing for that heater in my videos, but this is the only place I've got to film, especially because it's raining outside right now. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the Yellowstone series. What a shocker, right? Now, coming from the background that I have, I am drawn to those alpha types. Those types of guys that just say what they mean what they say, tell you how it is. And you don't get offended by it. You try not to get offended by it because you know that it is the truth. Whatever's coming out of their mouth is the truth, and they're going to tell you. And so going through prospecting, you get told the truth, you get yelled at, it's a lot like boot camp. There's not as much of a physical demand. You're not doing push-ups unless, a patch holder asks you to, stuff like that. But there is that mental demand. They will make you stay up 23 hours just to maybe get an hour of sleep if you can manage to fall asleep for an hour, just to wake you up at 4 o'clock in the morning to have you make the coffee, or make sure you are up at 4 o'clock in the morning yourself to make the coffee, because they want you to prove yourself to them. They want to see what you're made of. And then they will ask you questions while you're in a groggy state, trying to see how your brain functions when you're tired. Why do you want to be a whatever, whatever the MC is. Say it's, let me make up a name here. Say it's the, I don't know, the Broncos MC or whatever. They'd be like, why do you want to be a Bronco? And then you have to say why you want to be, that. What draws you to that? And they're gonna do that stuff. And it gets you to the point where even if you're at work and your boss yells at you for something, you pretty much brush it off and just fix it. Or if you screw something up at work, you admit it. Or you screw something up in your marriage, or you screw something up with your kids, or whatever it may be, you admit it. And then you know that you don't have to worry about anything because you've already told the truth. And then you fix it. It also teaches you that you can't be responsible for what other people think of you. And I really love that because it's taught me to just be self-sufficient and not worry about what other people think of me. I am who I am. Anyway, that's what this reminds me of. This reminds me of men being men. It reminds me of just that toughness that those rugged men who have gone through stuff together can have. Those best friends that will never leave each other's side because they've, been in motorcycle accidents together or been shot at or whatever it is. Army guys, when they come back from war, know that camaraderie. Anyway, I had no intention of talking about that today at all. That wasn't even what this video was going to be about, but yeah. What I was actually going to talk about really doesn't have anything to do with being tough or being manly, because I went antiquing today with my wife. And I found some cool stuff. So when you're antiquing, I'm gonna set this pipe down. When you're antiquing, you can find some cool stuff. I found this Edgeworth extra high grade plug slice tin. I thought that was really cool. I've never seen Edgeworth tobacco before. It's made by Laris and Brother Company in Richmond, Virginia. So I'm wondering if this is from, let's see, it says, to the consumers of high-grade tobacco, we desire to call your special attention to Edgeworth tobacco. This is the best combination that can be made. Only finest selections of leaf being used. Every box of it is guaranteed not to burn the tongue and to give satisfaction. We will cheerfully refund your money to any dissatisfied purchaser. It's kind of hard to read that because, as you can see, it's kind of rubbed off a little bit. But this is really cool, and I found this, and I think it was like $4.50 or something. But it was really cool, and I'm not sure where I'm going to put it, but for now, I got it here. And then I found this. And this is really neat. It's just a pipe stand, and it had this pipe in it. Now, the pipe stand, I don't know if I'll use it or not, or just have it on the shelf, because I've always thought these beanbag pipe stands were pretty cool, these leather pipe stands. But this pipe was very interesting to me. Now, it was orange. As you can see, it's very, very smoked. It's cracked all the way down the bowl. The stem is very kind of loose in there, as you can see, but I thought it was interesting not to smoke but just to display. To me, stuff like this, old stuff that has been worn down, as you can see, the orange coating on the outside of the bowl is worn down. It's been very, very well smoked. It's got a big old crack in it. Even the bit or shank, whatever you want to call it, it's just full of gunk, and to me, this is beautiful. I don't like things that are pretty. I don't like things that are new. I like things that are old and beat up and can tell a story. This right here could have, the way it looks, the way it's beat up, could have belonged to an old biker, could have belonged to an old cowboy, could have belonged to anybody. But it looks like somebody, maybe an old fisherman, maybe somebody who loved to hunt all the time. Somebody loved this pipe and smoked the heck out of it for years. You could see that the rim is charred. It's chipped. If I can get my head out of the way and I can show you this. Look at all that chipping around the rim. This pipe has a story to tell, and that's what I love about it. I love pipes that have a story to tell. So I'm going to keep it. This is how it came. Found it on the shelf just like this. I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to display it. I'm going to find a spot to display it. As you can see right now, I've got it displayed down here next to the tin. But who knows if that's where I'll keep it or not. But when you go out and you go antiquing, these 2 tins are from antiquing, you can find cool stuff. And you can find stuff that, like this pipe, for example. This is an Italian briar pipe made by, who was it made by? I think I couldn't remember how to say the name. Arabesque, from Italy. And I found this for $40. You know, very nice pipe. And you can find some cool stuff if you go out and just look for it. Kind of building my little collection back here for you guys to look at. Yeah, if only I could get out further, but as you can see, if I go out too much further, you see my toolbox on one side and the trash can on the other. Maybe that's not too bad. I just don't want all the weird stuff on the sides of me to be shown. Anyway, talking about pipe smoking, cowboys, gangsters, bikers, and antiquing. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. I love my life. I love making these videos for you guys. So much fun. I hope you guys enjoy watching them. I've gotten some notes from people, not on YouTube, but people in the pipe community about, you know, how much they like to watch my videos and stuff like that. And I'm very, very blessed to hear that. But I don't do it to get the praises from you guys. It's very nice. I do it to entertain you guys. This is all basically for you guys and to give me something to do, to sit in the garage and smoke my pipe and just talk to somebody, even if they're behind the camera. So I appreciate all of you that watch these videos. I really do. Such a great community. Anyway, if you get a chance, go pick up some of this Cowboy coffee. It is outstanding. Outstanding. And if you get a chance, go antiquing with your wife or girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever it may be, whoever's watching this video. Go out. You can find some cool things when you go antiquing. Anyway, my friends, I hope you have a blessed day and spend time with your family. Cheers. Okay, I thought I was done filming, but there's a caveat to smoking this tobacco. I'm all the way down at the bottom of the bowl. Woo! Them vitamin N ghosts will get you. This has got a nick hit to it. I did not expect. I should have expected it from the Kentucky, but woo, man, I'm getting ready because I want to do an HH Rustica video for you guys, and I'm ready to get loopy. So I'm preparing for it. Okay, my friends. Cheers.